Hey guys, it's Kim here with Fairily Fiber Fun. Thanks for joining me on another experimental spinning video. So today I am trying out some 100% bamboo that I recently dyed up. I have an excess of this one color and I thought, why not play with it, see if I like to spin it, because it would be cool to spin my own bamboo yarn and then knit a summer top out of it. Because let's face it, Georgia in the summers is freaking hot. But before we get into all of the experiences of spinning 100% bamboo, I would like to give a very warm welcome to new viewers and a welcome back to returning viewers. If you haven't already, please do hit that subscribe button and don't forget to turn on those notifications so you don't miss new videos as they come out. And as always, leave your comments, questions, and suggestions in the comment section below. If you have ever spun bamboo or tencel or anything like that, please tell me in the comments what was your experience with it and what is a tip you could give me to make it easier to spin this type of yarn. Now, let's get into the topic at hand. Did I enjoy spinning this? Oh, I absolutely did. The fiber is so soft. It is silky. It is slippery. I had a little bit of trouble here and there. I knew I would. It's a slippery fiber. There's bound to be trouble. Do I really want to do an entire project's worth of spinning? Probably not. But more experimentation needs to be done. So the jury is still out on that. I am a wool girly. I don't like non-wool fibers, really. I'm not a silk spinner. I'm not a plant fiber spinner. I'm not a camelid spinner. I can spin a million different fibers, but I really don't enjoy them unless they are wool or blended with wool. And I've worked with a lot of bamboo in the past, but it was always blended into some wool. So I will have to repeat this experiment, maybe spin more of this, and certainly not ply it the way I did, but you'll see that when we get there. As far as this beautiful drafting and everything, amazing. It's really easy to be inconsistent with the amount of twist going into the fiber, and that can cause problems. I'm not the most consistent spinner, so I need to work on this. But I did enjoy the way it felt. I enjoyed the way, oh my gosh. Words, tongue, let's get the words out properly, brain. So, what I'm trying to say, if my words would work, I really enjoyed the softness, how it was drafting, and in general, really enjoyed spinning the single. Plying, on the other hand, was not great, but I think that was my fault, and I've learned my lesson, and I will do things quite a bit different. But just look at the shine and shimmer. Like, oof, can you imagine a whole top knit with that kind of shimmer? Like, ooh, that'll be so pretty. Should I do it? Should I just jump in and spin a whole big batch of bamboo for a top and then knit a top with it? It'll have to have seams because bamboo does stretch like crazy. I don't mind that. I don't mind piecing. So tell me what you think about that. Should I do it? Should I do it? If I do, it'll of course be a video. You'll get to see it. But should I? I don't know. Can't make up my mind. Tell me what you want. And then if you do want me to spin and knit a project out of bamboo, it might be a year or two, but I promise I will get to it if that's what you want. Anyway, I did this little sample. I decided to center pull ball ply it, did not let it rest, didn't put anything on the inside of the ball to kind of keep it from collapsing. That was my biggest problem with the plying. Don't do what I did. just spin to 2 separate bobbins or chain ply it or something, because this turned out to be an absolute nightmare. Okay, I've had worse, but it was a nightmare. The biggest issue I had outside of my plying ball, the biggest issue I had, here I'm sitting here going, am I spinning this the wrong way? No, I was doing it the right direction. But the inconsistencies of twist from one single to the other was driving me bonkers. It was really causing a lot of problems. Like, I could feel the ropey-like texture when there was too much twist, and the fluffy texture when there wasn't quite enough twist. And then here I'm trying to untangle a mess, and decided to speed up part of it, and it's untangle a bit, spin a bit, untangle a bit, spin a bit. I ended up having to break the single, stop, untangle for quite a while, and then reattach the single. One of them I had to break, reattach, and keep plying. That's why I say that this was not a good idea. The center pole plying ball was not a good idea at all. If you're going to do this, stick something in the middle of your ball so that it doesn't collapse in the center. That was awful, and I will not be doing that again. But I didn't have to sacrifice any of the yarn, so all's good. All is good. So plying wise, I'm not happy with the experience. I figured it out, learned a lot from it, learned that spinning the single, you really have to pay attention and be super consistent with it. And then I had to go on social media and go, okay, guys, spinning peeps, who here has spun bamboo? How do you finish it? Set the twist. And then ensued an entire argument in the comments, or the beginnings of an argument rather, about whether or not setting the twist is actually a thing. I was told initially, just soak it in water the way you do wool. It'll be fine. Okay. And then somebody got into the comments and was saying how setting the twist actually doesn't do anything. It's not possible to set twist, yada, yada, yada. And at that point, I said, this is going to become a huge argument, and I don't want that. That's not the environment I'm trying to breed here. So I turned off commenting. I got the answers that I needed. I appreciate all the feedback, but I did not want an argument to happen. So I turned off the comments. It was that simple. But I did appreciate everybody's input, including that one potentially argumentative comment. It was valuable. I learned a lot from it. To take this tiny little spin off of my wheel, I got out my little teeny weeny 1 yard nitty knotty that my friend Dana Roller, the Marigold Shepherdess, had made for me before the cancer took her life. So it is now incredibly precious, and I am grateful to have had the opportunity to have known her, and I have some precious memories with her. And this tool that she handcrafted from branches in her yard is one of my most prized possessions. So thank you, Dana, for making me this beautiful fiber tool. And with that, our spin is over with. The yarn turned out super amazing, and I'm really, really happy with it. Thanks so much for watching.